What's going on? Now, usually we got them low tier claps going on, but today it's gonna be a little different. It's the credit companies that's clapping you. Financial clappings, debt clappings. You know, those are the real ones. Them the ones that you don't want, cause well, I tell you what, you can get clapped for a long time making these kinds of mistakes. But let's go ahead and get it started.
Huh?
Say what you said again. Cause we gonna get all this
She
on
already
tape.
knows it
Say
sounds
what you
crazy.
If we were married, you got this amazing credit score, right?
800.
Okay. And
This is what poverty does to your brain. Listen to this. Go ahead.
no, we not doing this. Cut it off.
Oh no, we doing this today. we doing this.
Now you don't want to talk. You was talking so confidently a minute ago.
How was that? No, because they gonna say, oh, that's the girl.
They don't know
No.
who you are. You ain't on the camera. So go ahead and say what you was gonna say. Say what you just said a minute ago.
And that's the perfect way to handle it. As far as a debate, I ain't even gonna show who you are. Let's go ahead and have this conversation and let's see who tripping. We gonna let the people decide who tripping when we run these facts down. Let me go. I'm done interrupted. I'm gonna let them go ahead. I'm gonna let them cook.
Okay, you got this amazing credit score, right?
I got an 800 credit score, and I worked very hard, and my mama helped me get that credit score. She helped me pay my car
Now,
when I was
say
19.
if your wife wanted to die for a purse, that's
Oh.
$2,000.
There ain't no person on planet Earth worth dying for.
Yeah,
But
ain't no person on planet Earth worth dying for. If you willing to die for it, you should be willing to go work for it. So Jesus didn't die for your sins. You don't need no purse to die for. Jesus died for your sins. Let's keep going.
You gonna die if you buy that bad?
No, that's not the point. It ain't no person on Earth, planet Earth that important.
I said to
go in.
die for it.
I
Like,
agree.
it's not something that you would get me like every year. Chuck, get me a purse every year. No, it's
Okay.
something that I'm in love with. Maybe it's Mother's Day coming up. Maybe it's
Okay.
my birthday coming up. Maybe
I'm gonna say this right now. As a grown, able-bodied individual, if you can't afford that purse, if you can't afford that bag, whatever it is, then you don't need to be having it. If that money's not readily available in your account to spend it yourself as a grown, able-bodied individual, most likely you don't need to have it. Like, just first of all, $2,000 for a bag. Look, do what you want, but that's not being fiscally responsible. Now, if you got 50, 60K in the bank and you got money like that and you do that, that's different. You could do that if you want to because you got leisure money and you young. Because you can't even spend like that when you like past 50, 60 because you got to be sure to be saving for retirement. Because to retire these days, you damn near gonna need like 1.5 million. Just being honest. Depending on how long and that's if you ain't got like anything dealing with health conditions, anything like that, man, it'll bleed you dry so fast. And a lot of y'all ain't even got no family, so you gonna be on your own. And that's y'all ain't ready for that.
maybe it's Christmas.
Okay.
You can't get that for me?
So you
Yeah,
so you want me to use
I
my
remember me and my wife went into one of those high-end stores. I think it was YSL or something. I really don't even know what it stands for, but we went into one of them high-end stores because I'm like, okay, it's my wife's birthday. Let's go ahead and get her a nice purse. That's what guys are supposed to do. Well, you making a decent amount of money, right? We went into that store and they was talking about $2,500 for like one of those little purses that you just hold in your hand. It didn't even come with a strap on it.
So let me get this straight. Y'all out here paying $2,500 for a bag with no utility? What's the point of even having it at that point? If I get a bag and it costs me $5,000, $2,500, if I get a bag and it costs, first of all, I ain't carrying no bag around, but let's just say if it's like a backpack or something, and I spend $100, it better have extra zippers, hidden compartments. It better be able to keep my food warm, my drinks hot or cold, whichever one I prefer. Bro, it better be like a mini refrigerator backpack, Batman assembled. Bro, I'm not spending that. I was like, if I spend 2 G's on it, it better be a refrigerator, a carrying pack. It better have a flotation device on it. So if something flood or something, I need to get on a boat. Bro, it better be worth that much money. But oh yeah, because it's this designer. Man, you better get your. All right, fool. It almost made me cuss. I'm gonna go out of here with that.
For $2,500, me and my wife looked at each other, and I said, I forgot my wallet in the car. You ain't gonna have to worry about seeing me again. That's crazy. I don't come from much, and she don't come from much. We don't need much to be happy, and we definitely don't need no $2,000 purse to be happy. That was insane. I couldn't believe it.
800 credit score to get a purse.
And
to
people
go
actually
in
buy
debt
that
to
stuff.
buy a purse.
You're
That's
going to
what
be in
they're saying.
debt. You're going to be in debt if you get that purse.
What was the point of bringing up my credit score?
Cause you can go and swipe for it.
Right. So that's what poverty does to people's brains right there.
Yeah, definitely.
You want me to, if I don't have $2,000 in my bank account, why would I go and buy a $2,000 object on a credit card? That's what most people in America do. That's why most people in America.
Say shut up. You know, you get whooped in an argument, you ain't got nothing to say. Just shut up. How about that? How about shut up? What's the other one? What's my other favorite one? Well, I bet you can't whoop me though. Oh snap! That's 100% facts though. Like, you can't sit here and be buying stuff you can't afford, but you can't stop people from doing it, because there was a thing, I believe it was one of the biggest investors. One thing that they said, and they had an extremely valid point that I know a lot of people gonna have a problem with and not want to accept. They said if we were to give everybody $1 million, they'd be broke by the end of the week. He says, throwing money at a problem does not fix the problem. It's the mentality. It's because you could literally give everybody $1 million and only 5 to 10% of them people will utilize it in an effective way to make them more money to where they won't lose it all. And of course, these are not exact percentages, but it's just enough to give you the concept of what was said, because you can always look it up yourself and not be lazy and see exactly what they said. But it was somewhere around that area what they were explaining. Basically, like, even if you give that to them, that doesn't mean they're going to use it the way they're supposed to. And I mean, heck, you could just go back to 2020 and look at how things were used, how money was used, and who decided to utilize that money and time the correct way. It's all there, clear as day. That's what happened. People will not want to work when they get the money. They won't want to do anything. They'll just want to buy stuff, and they'll wind up broke and then asking you for money, and then they'll blame the system because they lost it or whatever, like it's somebody else's fault. It's like, nah, it's your fault. If you was fiscally irresponsible and you wound up not having no money, that's on you. Maybe you should change your spending habits. Just saying.
America is poor.
Yeah, they said 70% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. So if you look around you, out of 10 people, 7 of them, regardless of the house or the car that they driving and trying to flaunt the money like they good, most of them are living paycheck to paycheck. In 2025, or at the end of 2024, there was a 40% increase in homelessness in America. People are buying things they can't afford, and then they feel like they're trapped, but it's because you didn't bought so much stuff you can't afford that at the end of every 2-week check, you just giving it off to the people that you owe money to. And then people act surprised when they end up in a loop or in a hole or on the hamster wheel, because that's how I go. You put yourself there through debt, and they want you to do that, by the way.
For real? You have a Bitcoin, right?
What is it? Why would I sell?
I didn't say for you to sell your Bitcoin. Don't act like you poor. You're not poor.
Okay.
That's beyond the
so
point.
And you have a good job.
Okay. What's that got to do with anything?
You can get me a nice purse.
Why would I go into debt to buy?
You're not going to be in debt. You have great credit.
No. That's the wrong conversation. The true conversation is, why are you in his pocket, right? Why you worry about his Bitcoin that he prepared for? Why you worry about his job that he worked hard at and saved his money for? Why are you in his pocket? Why don't you have that money to make that purchase? That's the true question.
How are you going into debt?
This is poverty. This is what poverty does to you.
Yeah, don't even understand how to think about it.
Explain to me. Maybe I don't know.
If you use a credit card, that is money that was created out of thin air. So if I don't have $2,000 in my bank account, therefore, if I spend $2,000 on a credit card, I don't have it in my bank account.
Yeah.
I'm just spent money that I don't have.
Absolutely.
So
you do have money in your bank account.
Let's discuss what credit is really for. Credit is really for wealth building. When you do it correctly, it's more like if there's stuff that you need. Okay, for example, a good use of a credit card, right? Let's say you got the money in your account, but you don't want to take all that money out of your account. You want to still have it, but you need to go to Costco, right? You need to go to Sam's, and you decide I need to buy in bulk, because when you buy things in small increments, it costs you more. When you use that credit card is supposed to be more for investment, so you can get the bigger stuff that you need. I'm just talking about small scale. Now, we can get into that real talk if you want to go there, but this is not a financial channel, so I don't want to go there. I was like, hey, I know some things, you know what I mean? And I might add memberships if you want to go there, we can go there, because I know some stuff. I'm gonna just say, if you ask the right questions, you know what I mean, you get the right answers. You'll get the answers you're looking for, but that's not the point. The point is, when you have a credit card, it's supposed to be for utilization to save you money. So instead of you taking 50 out of your money to go to a grocery store to not buy all of what you need or barely scrape out what you need, you could take 100 off that card, go to Costco or Sam's and get more than what you need and have more than that small amount. So then it'll save you money. So that way you'll have more money as you gradually pay it off. Now, the interest rate conversation, like I said, we can have it and I can break it down to you. But y'all gonna have to request that because I ain't about to be doing all that and don't nobody want to hear it. And I ain't taking you to school if you don't care.
But why would I put it on a credit card then? What was the point of bringing up my credit score then?
Because credit, you're making monthly payments.
Why would, right? See, and this is what poverty does to you, right? This is
People
what they
don't
tell
understand that if you're making the minimum payments, then you're going to be paying interest on top of that money. So you're going to be spending more money than what the purse was supposed to be sold to you for. And you're going to be spending significantly more money than what the purse is actually worth because these purses are being made in a sweatshop by teenagers. So, I mean.
in America, this is why all the credit cards,
Yeah, that's
this is why
how
all
they
the
get
credit
you.
card companies make a whole bunch of money. So when you buy stuff on a credit card, they charge you interest on it.
Right.
Therefore, you have to pay more than the $2,000. If you only pay the minimum payment, you're going to pay a fee on top of that. That's how the credit card company makes their money. That's why people spend so much on a credit card and they never get out of debt. Mm-hmm. Because they're paying more than what the item is worth. So if I pay payments on it, let's say I make 4 payments of $500, I'm getting charged $50 of interest. So that mean I just paid $2,500.
And to be honest, you don't even want that $2,000 bag. You just seen some people on Instagram make you think that that's popular, so you feel like you got to have one. You don't even want that $2,000 purse. You just want it because you've seen other people have it. And this is becoming more popular than ever with the rising level of decadence. I see more and more like young, like it's 20-year-olds now thinking that the way to live life is to be able to go on vacations and be able to buy designer clothes. When I was young, like this is like in the Chief Keef era, and maybe y'all remember this. You was good if you had one Gucci accessory. A Gucci belt was enough. And them things was $500, and I thought that was absurd. Now people, you got to walk around with a full designer outfit to feel like you somebody, and I don't understand that. That's a psyop to me.
And even then, the amount of the delusion. Like, they put so much delusion in people's minds. Like, when you get on this social media and let people tell it, they like, man, I'm always on trips. I'm always in fancy locations. Well, why don't you go ahead and keep it real how you really there? Why don't you show your sponsors? Why don't you show your sponsors? Why don't you say what you're really doing? Why don't you say that you're really out here in these streets? Why don't you say you're really out here scamming people out of their money on NFTs and all this other stuff for Bitcoin? Why don't you say what you're really doing? Like, just keep it real. Keep it real, because you're not living like that. Most people ain't living like that. You know you traveled with 7-8 some people, but when you tell it and you post it on social media, it's just you on the boat. It's just you here. It's just you there. Oh, you didn't travel here and there. Now, I'm not saying people ain't got money, but the thing about that is people who truly make money like that ain't got time to do that. That's not how that works. You know how hard people work to be able to do that? And if they do it young, you know how much work they put in to be able to do that? We're talking as far as either it's a degree or they got a trade or they weren't in a relationship, so all they did was work. We're talking 50, 60 hours a week, put their head down and put the work in to retire early. They weren't sitting here working at McDonald's or Ross or working at USPS and then they're going on vacation every other month. That's not how that works. And then they didn't just do that for a year or two. A lot of times, if you start at like 19, 20, by the time you're 27 to 30 years old, if you really just grind like you're supposed to and not be blowing no money, you can have damn near $250,000. If you truly, and I ain't talking about regular jobs, I'm talking about if you got you a trade to where you're averaging, like even if you're averaging $5,000 to $7,000 a month, because trades always pay higher, $5,000 to $7,000 a month. Minimum, which is about good 60, 70,000 a year, give or take, with the taxes and all of that. Once you done that for 6 or 7 something years and you don't have an additional deficit outside of you just eating food and paying rent, you're not gonna really have a light bill because you ain't really there like that. You don't need to live nowhere luxurious, so your rent don't have to be crazy. I mean, rent's expensive now as it is, so it's not like it used to be. But even then, just being in like the cheapest thing possible, because you're not in there like that. Even if you had a roommate to where if y'all both work and y'all split that rent and ain't nobody really, you just need somewhere to shower and change your clothes and y'all not really there like that. I mean, then you can get like a $500 to $600 rent a month. Both of y'all working, making 5 to 7 racks a month, or just somewhere around there. And as you gradually saving it up, after 3 to 4 years, you easily over 100K, not blowing it. Easy. Like it's nothing. So anytime you see these exceptions, they had to work their asses off to get there. There was years of their grind before they got to do that. 5 to 7 something years worth of grind before they had the freedoms to be doing what they want as they want at their leisure, because they put the work in to be able to do that. No matter what, you gonna put that time in. If you want to be able to do that, you're going to have to sacrifice that time. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. You're gonna have to do it. There's no way around it. There's no quick way. And more times than not, the quick way can get you jammed up and it can get you locked up. So it's best to just do it the right way, because there's no skimming the system. There's no scamming the system. There's only one way to do it. There's only one way, and that's to put that work in. Now, there's such thing as working smarter than harder, but regardless, you're still gonna have to bust your ass and work hard. Let me let him go ahead and continue.
It just don't make sense. You must think you dating Mr. Beast. I don't know who you think you dating. You must think you dating Mr. Beast to be getting a $2,000 purse. It just doesn't make any sense. You're trying to keep up with the Joneses. The Joneses is broke. Be yourself. You don't even want that purse. Be yourself. You just stay off Instagram and be yourself.
This is what they don't teach people in school. All this shit I had to learn on my own. They don't teach none of this shit in school, because why? They want to keep people enslaved like this. Mm-hmm. And she don't know no better. And a lot of y'all out there don't know no better. And that's what they want. They want you not to have no knowledge.
Come on, brother. We got to do better with the double negatives. But it's all right. I'm going to let you make it. I get it. It was more of a kind of a live thing. You were just trying to get a point across, so no big deal. But he is right. They don't teach this in school. However, we're in the market of free education. You have free will to educate yourself about anything. It's free choice and free will. So if you choose not to know or do better, I mean, hey, man, that's on you. Most people just don't want to. I don't know why, but hey, it is what it is. But if you kicked it with your boy this long, I appreciate you hanging with me. Links in the description below like always. And in the meanwhile, I'm out. Have a good one. What's the hell going on in there? What's good? Okay. Damn, man, I didn't read it. That's what I get. That's what I get just pushing buttons. They ain't gonna give me the option again. Man, hell nah, bro. I'm playing at 2% now. I don't care. I don't care no more. I can't go back and choose the option. Man, come on, dog. Let me go a little further back. Let me see if it'll. Man, damn, fool. They hit me with the dark souls.